Hello everybody and welcome back. First of all, Happy New Year 2024. I hope you got into the year well enough. Last week I made a video about a new diesel heater I found, and I was pretty happy with that one because it doesn't consume as much current as the others that I had before, and it works with my power stations. So I was looking into making a smart replacement for this key fob thing that came with it, because this thing only does on and off, and I would like to have some sort of thermostat. But at the same time, I'm pretty sick of always having to use my carbon monoxide sensor at the same time. And over the past couple of weeks, I was reviewing one of these. This year is on a Wi-Fi enabled smoke and carbon monoxide alarm. And although this thing has problems of its own, I quite like it. And I thought, well, why not make a thermostat with an air quality sensor, because the air quality sensors are tuned for carbon monoxide too. And that's exactly what I did. So I took standard Arduino and a display, and I put all of that onto one of my Radiohead shields, which is basically just a 433 megahertz transmitter and receiver and a few buttons and odds and ends. And I wrote a bit of software so I could read out a BME 680 air quality sensor, and I turned it into a thermostat that does the usual thermostat things. You can turn the heat up, you can turn it down. When you turn it on, it starts at 20 degrees Celsius, which is fine enough for me. And the only main difference is that if this thing senses the air quality going really, really bad, it's going to turn off the heater, and it's going to keep it turned off for a long time, even longer than it has the error, and it just kind of makes sure that if your heater is polluting the air, then it's not going to run it. The BME 680 is kind of an odd thing though. It doesn't really measure any of these gases by themselves. It just has one of these MOX sensors, which is basically a very small sensor area with a metal oxide which is heated, and depending on the air that it's in, it is going to achieve different temperatures. If there are volatiles in the air, then the temperature is going to go further up because it can react with them. And in the end, it measures the resistance over that sensor, and it comes up with some sort of value. So it's hard to say if it's really a carbon monoxide monitor. It also reacts very hard, quite a lot to methanol and ethanol. And even me speaking right now, I seemingly have bad breath, or carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, ethanol, whatever in my breath. So the sensor value is going down, and once it goes down over a certain threshold, that's when the protection kicks in, and it's going to turn off the heater. And I tried this out with a few scenarios. I took a candle and dumped some brake cleaner on it and set the whole thing on fire, and it burned with a nice yellow flame, which usually means it's producing carbon monoxide, and lo and behold, this thing switched off within about 2 minutes. So it's working. It's just kind of right now the whole menu and setting stuff is kind of weird. I don't have a good idea of how to do it, and I don't want to really use a lot of these buttons. I only want to turn it on, set the temperature up, set the temperature down, and maybe influence the power output of the diesel heater if I can. But that's it. I don't want to do any more. In fact, for the past couple of days, I just left this thing running, and whenever I turned the diesel heater on, this thing started controlling it, turning it on when it was too cold, turning it off when it had reached the right temperature, and yeah, that was it. So that's basically it, what I wanted to show you. I think that the idea of having a thermostat along with an air quality sensor or a carbon monoxide sensor is a great idea. Since carbon monoxide sensors are really hard to work with, I thought the air quality sensor might be a cheap alternative. And at least for me, it works out really well. I think I'm gonna make a smaller board for this, but for now this is nice and modular, so it would also work on any breadboard or any prototyping board for that instance. It's really nice and simple, and you can do quite a lot with very little effort. Yeah, that's it. That's all I wanted to show you. This little board here with the temperature setting, and I do have several settings right now. So it also measures the humidity. Of course, it measures the temperature. Right now, it's below 20 degrees Celsius. So the red light on means it's trying to power the diesel heater, which is turned off right now. Apart from that, it doesn't have any functions yet, but I like the idea. If you're interested in the sketch or in the layout of the board that I'm using, feel free to leave a comment, and I'll upload all of the information for this to GitHub. Yeah, that was it. Thanks for watching, and bye-bye.